Hello, welcome to Beyond Nez's Balls. If you see me, it's time for Bible study. If you see me, it's time to hear the word of God. Okay, moving on. Thank you so much for being here. Today I want to discuss on whether God is good. So I don't really know how to give the topic, but you get the vibe as the video proceeds. So chill with me. So I sat down, I wrote some things and I would like to share. So first of all, I asked myself, okay, I've stopped reading my Bible because I was believing God for something and he didn't do it. So I stepped back. I was trusting God to answer a prayer, and then he didn't answer the prayer. Or better yet, he answered it in a way that I felt wasn't how I wanted it to happen. So I was praying for, let's say, a job to be able to pay my bills, feed, and do one or two things, just to elevate my lifestyle or do better for myself. And then I get a job that I can't even properly commute to work with. Then I also wrote, everybody's like, oh, wait on God, trust in God. Very soon, things will change. You never know when or how, so just keep trusting. And the first 2-3 months, you were fasting, you were praying, you were dancing, you were trusting God. Nothing was changing, but you were still trusting God. You were trusting God for marriage. You were trusting God that very soon you'll meet the love of your life. Things will change. You have a baby. The first try, the second try. You're probably on your 6th, 7th test and still no pregnancy. You're on your 5th, 7th month and still no job. You are waiting, you're trusting. And this is for you if you fall under any of these categories or you have a similar issue going on. I want to present to you 2 Bible examples: the life of John in prison and the life of Paul in prison. There are so many people that are in prison, but I want to use these 2 characters specifically because the distinction is very necessary to put side by side, because we see that the both of them were people that were, on fire for Jesus at the initial stage, and then one thing led to another, and they were in prison. It's not like they did something bad or someone did something to them. It was just life happening to them. And I asked myself, who am I going to be like in this story? Because here is John. John is on fire. John is regarded as Elijah, being that he literally was Elijah on earth. He was doing baptism, performing miracles. He had disciples. He was doing so much, preparing the way for his cousin Jesus. And then, because of he was speaking the truth concerning Herod, he ends up in prison. And then there is Paul. Paul is, moving in the ministry of Jesus. He tells Mark that he's not even serious in this Christianity race, that he doesn't want to be with Mark, he wants to keep pressing. So we have a very zealous character in Paul. And bear in mind, both characters are very zealous, very tenacious, very, very when it comes to doing God's will. And then life happens. And what is this life? Prison.